I've got some good news to share with Ripple XRP fans as BTC ETF big boys see their first day of outflows. That's right, people are pulling money out of BlackRock and the other big ETFs. Jerome Powell also threw some water on the market. That's what made the heat map go red. So let's learn about what's happening in crypto. And I know what a lot of you are thinking. Whoa, you got good news regarding XRP? Yes, I do, so stay tuned. August Lyon says, yo, when I first started watching you, I thought you were a crypto prick, but now I've come to appreciate the honesty and the humor. Dark Star says he's a lot like Brussels sprouts for me. I didn't like them until I did. Yeah, I'm not the easiest to digest, but once you get my vibe, you understand where I'm coming from. Yesterday, we watched Jerome Powell live, and oh, was it a mess. Robert Melvin chimes in and says, banger of a chat for those who missed out. Looking forward to the next one, and thanks Klaus and everyone who joined in to help make learning fun. Yeah, it was rough watching Jerome Powell and the Fed yesterday, but chat was absolutely lit. In fact, I gotta be honest with you. Let's do this. Let's just be honest super quick, and then we'll get into the juicy goody stuff. Honestly, the chat yesterday made the stream because Jerome was horrible on the mic. The news was just bad. The heat map sucked yesterday. Prices sucked. Action sucked. But seriously, the chat made yesterday fun. Bitcoin sitting at 58,716 ETH, under 3 at 29.89. Sold 137, up 11% last 24 hours. XRP, I got good news coming for you. 51.7. Matic, Link, they're all making moves on the way back up as the market is trying to figure out what? Well, this. The FOMC meeting. That's right, Jerome Powell decided to take a pause. I will have that and all other articles linked in the description below. But first, let's talk about some outflows. Yeah, we got to start talking about ETFs again, because here's the thing. Halving, no one's talking about it anymore, right? Halving is done, right? So if you're looking for a news thing to spur the market, to keep the excitement going, halving is over, girlfriend. So we got to bounce back to the ETFs. Hong Kong ETFs were a big flop. They might need to take a little bit of blue pill because they had no stiffness, no steam, they had no oomph, no magumbo. Weak, like a wet noodle on a table. Record withdrawals from US BTC ETFs marks the largest single day outflow. Listen to this. Data source from CoinGlass reveals that these funds saw a withdrawal of over $500 million on Wednesday, with Fidelity's FBTC experiencing the highest outflow, totaling almost 200 million. Grayscale's piece of shit of a project followed closely with withdrawals exceeding 167 million. In BlackRock, right? The big boy of the group, the one that has been seeing inflow after inflow after inflow. Guess what? BlackRock reported its first outflow nearing $37 million to the negative side. Got a couple charts here to show you, and check it out, right? Green inflows, red outflows. Now, look at this. This is we saw big amounts here, and then all of a sudden here, right around the beginning of March, it started changing from massive inflows to more consistent outflows. Here's another look at the data for you. Interesting, isn't it, right? The markets have totally pivoted, and that started in the early part of March. Now, if you want to learn more about BTC ETF action, I've got this all running, and this will also be linked in the description below. All right, Ripple unlocks a whole bunch of XRP. Am I worried about it? No. Is it a news story? Yes. Are there people that care about it? Yes. But honestly, the bigger deal is what XRP did price-wise. Now, I know, it's not crazy, but check out this, okay? This is something you gotta pay attention to. Look on the far right of the screen right here, this column right here. This is the change in the market over the last 7 days, okay? I'm using the last 7 days because we saw a massive correction leading up to the Jerome Powell announcement with the FOMC. All right, so I wanted to capture, hey, how did the market react leading up into the Fed, and how did it look after the Fed decision? Now look at this. Bitcoin in the last 7 days down 7%. ETH down 3.7. BNB 7.5. Sol 4.25. 11.5 for Doge. 7% for Toncoin. SHIB down 7%. Tron, all right, up. But check this out. Look at XRP. XRP up 0.16 in the last 7 days. So out of the top 10, XRP was defensive the best against this price correction. Now, to be fair, XRP also did not pump up as much, but it also didn't fall as much either. And that's the good news. It really appears that we've got a lot of support above that 50-cent range. And the reason this is good news is because if you zoom out just a little bit here, even to earlier in 2023, look at this. We were fighting for 30 and 40 cents. We had a massive correction that happened, right, in April. We know about that. We bounced above 50, and again, we've been holding 50 cents. That's really good news. Resilience to this correction. And again, I have to be honest. I have to be transparent on both sides here. XRP sure as hell didn't pump like the rest of the market, but guess what? It also didn't drop like the rest of the market. I got a race in a few days, so I'm starting to hyperhydrate with specific drink mixes. But the news regarding XRP I know is mild, but it's good when you look at it because boy, was yesterday brutal. And in fact, while we were doing the live stream, okay, we had Jerome Powell up on the screen, and then we had the heat map off to the side. This is for those of you that didn't watch it, okay? And I'll have it linked at the end just so you can get a flavor of what it's like because we're going to be doing another live stream here in a couple of weeks. CPI data. And trust me, chat is lit. So we had Jerome Powell on the screen here, and we had the crypto heat map overlaid on him. And what we saw during the live stream was red, red, red. Yet XRP was moving. In fact, at some times during the stream yesterday, XRP was up 5% while the rest of the market was down quite a bit. That's actually really good news. It's good news because XRP really appears to be having more support at that 50-cent mark. And I'm telling you, I've been covering out crypto for a couple years. Last year, we were nervous. We were holding 30-cent support at times, 40-cent support at times. 50 was a reach for a lot of last year. But now it really appears that 50 cents is going to be our floor. And for a lot of you out there, that's a really good sign. It's a good sign for the longs out there that are hoping for some resilience. It's a good sign for the shorts because you're like, look, guess what? I know what my buying targets are and I know what my exit targets are. So 50 cent XRP is actually good news, especially when the rest of the market was red. Now, Jerome Powell did give us some bad news yesterday. I'm sorry about that. He did. Basically, he said, don't look for rate cuts anytime soon. And in fact, if we don't get back down to 2%, and right now we're hovering around the mid-threes, if we don't get back to 2%, he's actually thinking of raising rates. That would crush the market because things would stay expensive for years to come. Seriously, increasing rates right now would be like making the 2020s probably one of the worst decades to deal with. You would have slow growth all the way through 2028, 2029 because it's going to take a couple years for rates to come back down, especially if inflation isn't coming back down. Now, if you missed the live stream and want to see what the vibe is all about, I've got that video linked right here, right by Mr. Shatner. Check it out. See what the vibe is. You like it? Hit the subscribe button and the notification bell because we're going to be doing a CPI inflation live stream coming up here soon. I'll catch you cool cats later. I got to train because I got a race here in a couple days.